在影片开始之前，记得先点击下方资讯栏连结，限时免费领取这集影片的中英对谈完整 PDF 讲义，里面还有我们专属的练习挑战。现在领取，立即省下$5，千万别错过咯。
Welcome back to the Everyday English Podcast. I'm Kevin, and I'm here to learn how to be a better human, or at least how to manage my to-do list.
And I'm Sophia. We're here every day to chat about wealth, productivity, and self-growth, all while helping you improve your English listening skills.
Today, we have a very exciting topic: how to stay hyper-focused in a world that is designed to keep us distracted.
It is such a relevant topic, Kevin. In an age of endless notifications, staying focused is basically a superpower.
Tell me about it. Actually, Sophia, I had a bit of a disaster this morning. Do you want to hear about it?
I have a feeling it involves your phone.
Spot on. Okay, listeners, picture this. I sat down at 9 a.m. to write one important email. I opened my laptop, but then my phone buzzed. It was a cat video. Then I thought I should check the weather. Then I realized I was hungry, so I went to the kitchen. By the time I actually typed, "Dear Sir," it was 10:30 a.m.
That is a classic case of attention fragmentation. You weren't actually working, you were just reacting to shiny objects.
I felt so guilty. I want to be hyper-focused like those people who get a day's work done in 2 hours. Is that even possible for a guy like me who loves cat videos?
It is possible, but it requires a change in strategy, not just willpower. Let's dive into how we can reclaim our brains.
So, Sophia, I watched this video about staying hyper-focused, and the speaker mentioned that our environment is usually the biggest enemy.
Exactly. We think focus is about trying harder, but it's actually about removing more. Think of your focus like a flashlight. If you are in a room with 100 flashing neon signs, that flashlight beam gets lost.
That makes sense. I have too many neon signs on my desk, my phone, my tablet, even my messy piles of paper.
Right. One of the first steps to hyperfocus is creating a sacred space for work. This means your brain needs to associate a specific spot with high-intensity output.
Sophia, I need to pause you there because you used a great phrase.
Oh, you're right. By the way, listeners, attention span is what we call 注意力持续时间 in Chinese. In today's world, our attention span is shrinking because of short-form content like Reels and TikTok. We need to actively train it to stay long.
Attention span. I definitely need to stretch mine. It feels like a rubber band that's lost its stretch.
Another key point from the research is the cost of task switching. Every time you look at a notification, it takes your brain an average of 23 minutes to get back into a state of deep flow.
23 minutes? If I check my phone 4 times an hour, I'm basically never focused.
Precisely. That's why the concept of monk mode is becoming so popular among high achievers. It's not about becoming a monk, but about creating periods of total isolation from distractions.
I've heard of that. It's like setting a do not disturb sign on your entire life for a few hours. But how do we handle the itch to check our phones?
That itch is actually a dopamine craving. Our brains are addicted to the little hits of dopamine we get from new information. To stay hyper-focused, you have to embrace boredom.
Embrace boredom? That sounds painful. I usually listen to podcasts or music even when I'm brushing my teeth.
And that's the problem. If you never let your brain be bored, it loses the ability to sustain deep thought.
Sophia, let's do another vocabulary highlight for the listeners.
Good idea. Listeners, information overload is what we call 资讯超载 or 资讯过载 in Chinese. It's that feeling when you have too much data coming at you and your brain just shuts down or feels anxious.
I feel that every single day. My brain feels like a browser with 50 tabs open, and 3 of them are playing music I can't find.
To fix information overload, you need to practice digital minimalism. Only use the tools that are absolutely necessary for the task at hand. If you're writing, you don't need a browser open. If you're studying, your phone should be in another room.
You know, Sophia, I just had an aha moment. I always thought I was bad at focusing because I lacked discipline. But what I'm hearing is that I'm just bad at designing my environment.
That's a huge realization, Kevin. Willpower is a limited resource. It runs out by the afternoon. But a good system, like putting your phone in a drawer, doesn't require any willpower at all once the habit is set.
It's like if I don't want to eat cookies, I shouldn't keep them on my desk. If I don't want to check Instagram, I shouldn't keep my phone next to my keyboard.
Exactly. You're learning. And speaking of systems, we have a system to keep this podcast going too.
That's right. If you find these tips helpful and you want to support us in making more content for your English journey, please consider buying us a coffee. You can find the link in the show notes. Every cup of coffee helps us stay focused and caffeinated to bring you the best lessons.
We really appreciate the support. It allows us to keep this show ad-free and focused on your learning.
Now, back to the topic. If I start monk mode tomorrow, what's the first thing I should do?
Start small. Don't try to focus for 4 hours. Try the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of hyper-focus, then a 5-minute break where you don't look at a screen.
Okay, so 25 minutes of total focus, then 5 minutes of, what, staring at a wall?
Maybe just stretching or looking out the window. Give your eyes and your brain a rest from light and data.
I can do that. I think my brain would actually appreciate the silence.
I think so too. Remember, being productive isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things with 100% of your presence.
This has been so eye-opening, Sophia. I feel like I have a roadmap now. Before we go, let's wrap up with today's challenge for our listeners.
I love the challenges. Listeners, here is your mission. Today or tomorrow morning, choose one task that requires deep thoughts. Put your phone in a completely different room, not just face down, but in a different room, and work for just 30 minutes without stopping.
Just 30 minutes. Even I can do that. And listeners, if you find yourself reaching for your phone, just remember that's just the dopamine talking. Stay strong.
Let us know how it goes in the comments or on our social media. Did you feel more productive? Was it hard to stay away from your phone?
I'm going to go put my phone in the microwave now. Don't worry, I won't turn it on.
Good luck, Kevin, and thank you everyone for listening to the Everyday English Podcast.
See you tomorrow.